and our wide slice of class.
The Group 1 Thorndene on the weekend, taken out by Pacini, trained by Peter and Jacob McKay and ridden by Danielle Johnson. And Jacob is with us tonight. Welcome, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much. It was really a huge relief to get the monkey off the back with him. He's sort of been consistent enough without really getting the feature win, and to get the mile, it showed that he's versatile as a stallion prospect to win at the Derby distance and now at the mile at the elite level and against the class field.
Yeah, can you put $1 in the coin jar, please?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't go unnoticed, by the way. We're live, Jacob, please.
I detected in the post-race interview with your dad a real sense of relief. I mean, he has been a little bit of a frustration for you, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. Things haven't been quite going right in his races. He's ended up being ridden a little bit too positively and just over racing, and he showed on Saturday if he can relax and he really finds a line. He sort of got to the front and obviously wandered around a little bit, but once he's seen Soriano come, I think that he dug again and was actually pulling away from her at the line.
The fact that he missed the start and had to be ridden quiet from the barrier, I think, was a huge positive for him. He was able to find his rhythm. There was plenty of speed in the race, and to me that was a real positive.
Yeah, for sure. Sort of we intended for him to be a little bit more handier than that, obviously, but like you say, it was good to see him relax back there, and Danielle rode him fantastic. Yep. She's running top form and very confident at the moment.
Do you think a mile is his optimum distance? Do you think it's his best trip?
I'm still confident he's going to get over more ground. He just his 2 goes at 2,000 this time. He's ended up near the lead and over raced, and you can't go 2,000 metres pulling.
No.
I'm still confident enough if he can relax and over 2,000 plus, he's going to be competitive. He goes the Otaki weight for age now at the mile again, and then the dream is if he goes good enough there to possibly take him over to Australia again for something like the Australia Cup, or we'll look at options after the next start.
Yep. There's some unfinished business there in Aussie, isn't there? Like, you've gone there on top of your game. You've come out of a derby, a dominant derby win, a massive derby win. The form out of it stacks up because Rising Romance has gone over there, done a massive job, and you've copped 2 wet tracks. There's something saying we've got something to finish there.
Yeah, for sure, and especially as a stallion prospect, to win a black type race over there would be fantastic for his record. So that, like you say, there's unfinished business over there.
With you stepping up over a trip, Jacob, and you say he tends to overdo it at times when he gets to 2,000 metres plus, what do you do? Do you do anything different at home to try and rectify that and to help teach the horse to settle? Or?
We, before his previous races over ground, this time we've given him trials and dropped him out last to try and get him to relax, and he can. You just have to give him the opportunity from the gates. You can't be too positive on him. He's been a stallion, he sort of needs things his own way, and he needs to think he's doing it on his terms, not the riders. But he's half-brother Sir Slick, and he's similar to him in a lot of ways. He cops a lot of work, and the more racing he does, he just thrives on it. As a 3-year-old, every race he'd put on weight and put on condition, which is very unusual for most horses.
Butch does the same when he gets a Saturday when he gets there.
Good campaigner.
Yeah.
But that's great to have that to work with each and every race you come out of. He's not falling away, he's not dropping away. You've got plenty to work with as far as your next race goes.
Oh, yeah, he's a very, very easy horse to train and a good horse to have around the stables. He's nice and quiet, and he's just very easy to work with, and I think good horses seem to make good trainers. You've
alluded to it twice in the interview, Jacob, that there is a future in the stallion barn in the offing, and does that put pressure on you guys? Do you sit there with the owners, with Montevideo, and work towards a plan around the Group 1 races? Because ultimately that's got to be the goal, that more Group 1s in the bin, the better.
Yeah, for sure. Paul and Kusha Smithies, the owners, they're very easy to train for. They sort of leave things up to myself and Dad, and whatever we want to do, they're always happy to go with. And like you say, being a stallion prospect, every race counts now, and especially now that he's back on people's radars, it's good. So from now on, going forward, we just hope everything goes right and really gets him up there in the elite level.
He's won he's won the Derby and he's now won a handicap mile. Obviously, ultimately, you'd love to win a weight for age Group 1 with him. That'll be the main target.
Like I said earlier, it's good that he's won the mile now because it shows he's versatile, so that he won't be rated just as a stayer. And to get the weight for age, yeah, like I said, we'll cap it all off.
Okay, so Otaki is next. If you went to Australia, is there a race that you've sort of penciled in that you'd like to win in Australia?
The Australia Cup at this stage, I think it's 3 weeks after the weight for age at Otaki. If it happens to be a wet track there or something, there's a race over in Australia, I think in 1800, 2 weeks before. But obviously there's a lot of water going the bridge between now and then, and everything has to go right, but that's the goal at this stage.
All right, we appreciate you coming in, and once again, congratulations. It's nice to have him back.
Cool. Thank you very much, guys.
All right, Jacob McKay, who, along with Dad Peter, trained the winner of the Group 1 Thorndene Mile on the weekend in Puccini, who was ridden by Danielle Johnson. Bred and owned by Monavale Farms, and of course they bred the winner of the Group 3 Desert Gold Stakes as well, and Platinum Witness, who took out race number 5 for Lisa Latta and Daryl Bradley. And Butch, gee, she won with, as they say, the proverbial leg in the air.
DA, she was 3 classes better than them on paper, and she proved to be 3 classes better than them on the race course. She was very, very good. Look, Daryl Bradley's just had a handful of horse as he's galloped up to them. You thought somewhere in the back of your mind something was saying she might be a run short, because she missed that start with the sore foot there 2 weeks ago, but wow, she has just donkey licked them, Twiggy. She's killed them.
Yeah, but like you say, she's a class above them, and once they decided to start riding her quiet, she's just gone to a whole new level, hasn't she? And she'll progress forward to the Oaks now, and she'd be one of the leading chances for sure. She's got her ears pricked there. She's enjoying her work, and she's a class act.
Yeah, I think we see her next time over 2,000 metres in the Sir Tristram Fillies Classic at Te Rapa. She'll be awfully hard to handle in that, and then from there, there's so many options that can open up for them. And, you know, look, she could take on the boys. You know, they might choose to go down that path. They might go directly to Australia. So for a filly like her, they've got the world's their oyster.
Absolutely. Earlier on in the day, the 3-year-old 1200 was taken out by Passing Shot, prepared by Stephen McKay and ridden by Opie Bosson, and Twiggy carried the weight effortlessly in the end.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, the 59.5, and he sort of dominated the race. Tempo dominated the race. Opie just give him a couple of soft sectionals across the junction, and he showed a great turn of foot, and obviously just put pay to them, really, didn't he? I mean, he's hard fit, and he ran through the line, so no, I thought he was super. I thought the second horse was good, and Caduceus, he was good, fresh up, 9 months off a break, and you know, he's had a wind operation, and I thought he was strong on the line too.
Yeah, he's just dominated the race, hasn't he? Passing Shot. They've decided that he's a sprinter, and they're going to keep him to those sprinting distances. And look, he'll head towards the BMW Mr. Tiz at Ellerslie, talking to Stephen McKay, and he's going to be very, very hard to beat on the strength of what we've seen.
Yeah, for sure.
Good for Go Racing syndications. Just prior to the sales, of course, they had Passing Shot. They won with Seize the Moment, and Mighty Solomon was a pretty good third in the Thorndene as well.
Yeah, he was super, Mighty Solomon. Yeah. Seize the Moment, she was impressive. I think there's a good margin to the second horse and another big one to the third horse. So, yeah, no, it was a good win. And the Mighty Solomon, he was outstanding, I thought, in the Thorndene. He looked a genuine winning chance at the 150, and he ran third behind 2 pretty good horses.
Yeah, he did. He won the Super. Great for Albert Bosma. Look, he's done an outstanding job to build this business. He gets a lot of people involved in it, and look, he's not the only one. Of course, we've seen Tiakea so dominant in buying at the sales today. We've seen them sponsoring the coverage, but hats off to Albert Bosma. They had a big day at Wellington on Saturday, and that's really important before the sales for these syndicators to get their name in lights and get out there and get people involved, because the more people that all of them can get involved, the better it is for the industry.
Yep. Trainer Richard Collett didn't get the thick end of the prize in the Million yesterday, but he's got a pretty progressive horse in Fast Learner, who took out the Duro there, Butch.
Yeah, he's a really good horse. We saw it his last 2 starts, and then we saw it again on Saturday. He had to be stoked up before the corner, because they weren't really coming from all the way back in too many of the races. But I thought he had this race parcelled up a wee way from home. He's got to the outside, and about there, you thought that he was just going to go sailing on by. I thought Leith was pretty kind to him the last 150 metres. I think he knew he had it parcelled up, and he'll probably head towards a good race off the minimum somewhere, and he's all right. Don't worry.
Yeah, he's all right. He's got a good turn of foot in. Yeah. And it was a fairly slowly run race too, and he came from back off them, and no, he did a super job. Super job.
And the Group 2 feature on the program there, of course, was the Platinum Homes Wellington Cup, and it was taken out by the race favourite Maygrove, prepared by Murray Baker and Andrew Forsman, and ridden by Matt Cameron. And Andrew's with us. Evening, Andrew. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
That's an outstanding win. I was having a look. He was a 1-win horse coming into this preparation. Geez, improved, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. He's always sort of had the makings of a good horse, but it's just been a bit of time and sort of placing him right and working him through the grades.
He's a very casual horse, isn't he? Like yourself, you turn up in your jandals, your thongs. Butcher's got runners on. I'm tipping he's had them since he was 12.
Too hot for pants.
Wouldn't have worn them out.
Oh, here we go. I'm not sure that we need to be throwing stones.
Hang on a minute. She's nervous. Mago, I think I made a statement about a little while ago after he won at Taranaki. I said I don't think this horse will go on to do anything good. I think. Did I say that?
I think you might have said that.
Yeah, I think I said that. Yeah.
Well, you are a good judge.
Yeah. Super.
But gee, he was dominant here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was.
Yeah. He had this one a long way from home, didn't he?
He did, yeah. To be honest, I stopped watching him at the top of the straight, and I was hoping the other horse would hang on for third. Decora, because she'd copped a tough run. She's a gutsy horse who really deserves some, well-deserved black type, and she just covered too much ground. It was just unfortunate the way it worked out for her.
Help me understand the appeared aversion to the other way around, because it just appears that he's a different horse when you've got him going that way around, the Wellington way of going. You bring him to Auckland and like the last time he was there, he was in a race that you just thought he was going to be winning, and it just doesn't seem to go.
He was hopeless last time. Alice.
I'm glad you said it.
We don't really know why. There's no physical reason. He works right-handed a lot at Cambridge. We've got tracks that go in both directions. He has no issue going that way around. Look, we really don't know. Sydney's a possibility for him in the autumn with a little let up now. So,
do you reckon they can change the way they go there?
Yeah.
You might say, yeah.
Sydney's a possibility. Did you mean Melbourne? Or you're serious?
Sydney.
Oh, no, that'd be good.
Maybe Ellersley's just too tough for him. I don't know. But look, we just have to you can't dodge going right-handed. You know, you can't because
You've done a good job of it.
Yeah. We've had to up until now, but now that he's finally he's a horse we've had to nurse through to this stage, and now he's exposed himself at the higher level. You can't, you've got to. Yeah.
He looks like a horse that this preparation, the penny just keeps dropping, and to me that that win was the win before Christmas at Boxing Day, where they went no gallop, and Matt took the initiative, went round, and then set the race up and was just dominant. After that, he appeared to me that something had switched on, and he was a different horse.
Yeah, absolutely. That was hard. It's not easy for a horse to make 2 runs in a race like that. I know it was lesser quality for sure, but it's never easy for a stayer to work twice in a run like that and still find a kick at the end of it. It was pretty impressive then, and we knew he was getting near his best there.
You said in your interview after the race, you said that you think he's going to be a better horse next year. You said it might be a bit of a cliche, but you think that's your genuine?
Yeah, definitely. Like as DA alluded to, he was only a 1-win horse starting this prep. Yeah. And when he raced in the Derby last year, he was very weak. It was just a throw at the stumps more than anything.
Geez, he's come a long way, hasn't he?
He has.
Yeah. And I was potting him.
Yeah.
So he holds in on for the Auckland Cup. You're suggesting he may have a let up and go to Sydney instead?
Probably. Look, no plans have been confirmed yet. We'll just turn him out for a week or 10 days and get him back, and Bruce, Lib and Murray will nut that all out.
Okay. You mentioned Decora, a brave effort. I thought Genius went pretty well in the Thorndene too.
Yeah, that was an enormous run to again, she started this prep as a 1-win horse, come through 65, 75 grades, and went into a Group 1 as a 77 rated horse. We could have ended up with egg on our face, but she went an enormous run. It's just a shame she couldn't have run third or fourth.
She's in fault, yeah?
Yeah, that was basically her last week of racing. So she's retired to stud now. Yeah.
And we touched on Delcambre a little bit earlier on. How brave! I mean, gee, the last 2 runs just hasn't been on the track.
Yeah. Everyone wanted to commiserate this morning and today, and it's it was just unfortunate. You draw wide, and it worked for him a bit last time, but I think Opie he jumped well, put himself there, and wide draw.
He didn't shirk his task though, did he?
No. He was entitled to run 6th or 7th
for sure,
and drop out of it. And to stick his neck out and run third was a massive effort.
Yeah, I thought he was huge. Do you think he'll improve from the 2-year-old to 3-year-old? Andrew?
Absolutely. I think he'd even improved a lot just with that run the other day at Ellerslie. Yeah. He'd come on a lot, and we were really confident going into the race.
He did a great job when you watch the replay to run third, didn't he? Yeah. He wasn't going to run third at all for that last 100 metres, and he really competed to get that third prize money.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like I said, if he had stopped on his run at the 100, you couldn't have forgiven him.
Yeah. And what do you do with him? Is he going to paddock now, or are you going to?
No, he'll press on. We'll just freshen him a bit and probably head towards Ellerslie, the Diamond. Yeah.
2 Group 1s. Yeah.
Why not?
He looks like 1400 won't be a problem to it.
I won't worry him.
No.
Those colours are used to winning Group 1s, aren't they?
Yeah. good colours to have.
Good colours. Good
Yeah.
judge, the bloke that buys them.
Stable's
bad.
flying. Stable is absolutely flying. I touched on this prior to Christmas. I think you had 50 wins for the season last season, and you're already, what are you up to, 58, you know, and there's still a few months left in the season. I mean, the team's going really well.
It is, you know, I think that's a combination of a lot of things. Obviously good owners, good support we've got through the stable with owners like, you know, Bruce Perry, Liv Britannia, you know, people like that backing us. And good staff too, you know, Heidi Birch has been the foreman for the last couple of seasons now, and it's good, you know, it's like having an extra pair of eyes, having someone good like that to help you out, you know, it's, when you've got a lot of horses in work, you need someone like that, and it's a big bonus.
How many do you work? Yeah, Andrew?
Between 60 and 70.
Really? Yeah, it's a good number. What about yourself? You have any thoughts of ever going out on your own? I think I've asked you this before over a beer.
Yeah.
Told me I was an idiot, but...
Yeah, financially I'd be an idiot,
Yeah.
for sure. You know, I'm very lucky the opportunity I've been given with Murray. Get to deal with good horses and not have to worry too much financially, to be honest. And I've got a young family, so at this stage it's not a realistic option. And unless I had sort of, you know, someone willing to back me financially, it's unfortunately the way things are.
And you'll be able to learn so much from Murray as well, you know,
Yeah.
just that opportunity to learn. He's been doing it for a long time. He's been a great seller. He's been someone that can take the horses through a preparation, and he's outstanding with a good horse, all of those things. Ultimately, when it does happen, it will stand by you, won't they?
Yeah, absolutely. I've worked, I think, for Murray on and off part-time, and then I worked for Trackside part-time for about the last 12 years. So I've been with Murray right the way through, and, you know, couldn't have a better teacher, really. You know, he's straight up. There's no rubbish with him, you know, and he knows what he's about.
Well, once again, congratulations on the success of Maygrove and how well the season's going, and appreciate you coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Andrew.
All right, Andrew Forsman with us here on Weigh In, and as we go to the break, how about El Chico, his 21st win on Saturday for the 10-year-old as he took out the listed Timaru Stakes for the third time. We're back shortly.
A length on King Montrose. Brass Spring kicking on the inside. Madame Victoria at the moment not doing enough. Then Too Much Talk and El Chico. It's still Our Premonition. Brass Spring. He's old El Chico down the middle. Our Premonition leads. El Chico's coming fast. And late Absolute Excellencia. It's the old boy. El Chico won it. A neck Absolute Excellencia and Our Premonition.